Did you know that Madeira is a Portuguese island? Although it is not connected to it, the strangest thing is that it is closer to the state of Morocco than Portugal. Welcome followers of Osman's surroundings. Today we will take you on a journey to get to know a new country in the world. The name of the country and its language. Portugal, or as it is officially known, the Portuguese Republic. It is one of the developed countries and ranks 19th in the world in terms of quality of life, according to the Economist Information Unit. It is also classified as the 13th most peaceful country and the 8th most globalized country. Portuguese capital. Portugal contains several wonderful cities that attract tourists, including Lisbon, Porto, Sintra, Évora, and others wonderful cities. Lisbon is the official capital of Portugal and the main political, commercial, and tourism center of the metropolitan area. It is the largest city among Portuguese cities and is located near the Tejo River, which is the main port of the state. In the year 1994, the city of Lisbon was chosen to be the European capital of culture, and the occurrence of many important international events on its lands contributed to its development, which was evident in the public infrastructure for transportation and civilized places such as shopping malls, hotels, and others. Portugal geographical location. The Portuguese Republic is a country located in the southwestern part of Europe, specifically in the Iberian Peninsula. The Portuguese Republic is considered one of the westernmost European countries, bordered to the south and west by the Atlantic Ocean and the east and north by Spain. History of Portugal. In the year 1580, after a crisis that occurred due to the dispute over who would assume the throne, Portugal united with Spain, and this period was called the Iberian Union. The Lisbon earthquake that occurred in the year 1755, the French and Spanish invasions, and the loss of Portugal's largest colony, Brazil, caused Portugal's international standing as a world power in the 19th century, after the overthrow of the monarchy in the year 1910. Portugal is considered one of the most developed countries at present and ranks 19th in the world in terms of quality of life. Expanses of Portugal. Its land area is 92,090 square kilometers. It ranks 19th among European countries and 111th among countries in the world in terms of area. Language in Portugal. Portuguese is the official language of Portugal. It is one of the Romantic languages that originated in Galicia, Spain, and northern Portugal. The Portuguese language spread all over the world as a result of the expansion of the Portuguese Empire and its commercial activity. Today it is one of the main languages in the world and ranks 6th in terms of the number of speakers as a mother tongue. The currency of Portugal. The currency in Portugal was known as the escudo currency, and it was followed before the use of the euro. In the year 1999, Portugal joined the European Union. In the year 2002, the euro was adopted instead of the escudo. The system of government in Portugal. Portugal is a democratic republic governed by the Constitution of the year 1976. And the ruling parties in the country are four: the President of the Republic, the Parliament known as the National Assembly of the Republic, the government headed by the Prime Minister, and the courts. The Constitution grants the separation of legislative, executive, and judicial powers, and a president is elected for a 5-year term. His role is non-executive oversight. The current president is Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa. As for Parliament, it is a constituency composed of 240 deputies elected for a term of 4 years. The government is headed by the Prime Minister, currently Antonio Costa, who appoints the Council of Ministers. Portuguese Armed Forces. It consists of the Portuguese Land Forces, one of the oldest armies in the world, established in the 12th century. The Army has 25,400 personnel with equipment including 187 main battle tanks, 347 armored personnel carriers, and 377 artillery. The Portuguese Navy originated in the 12th century, and it is one of the oldest continuous navies so far. And it was the one that discovered the Ras al Saleh route, in addition to being the first to arrive in Brazil. And it includes 10,800 personnel, including 1,580 Marines, 2 submarines, 6 frigates. An 820 Coast Patrol of the Portuguese Air Force was established in July of the year 1952, and equipped the Air Force, numbering 7,400 personnel, about 100 combat aircraft. The amount of defense spending at the beginning of the current century was about $1.3 billion, which is equivalent to 2.15% of the gross domestic product. Landmarks in Portugal. There are several landmarks, including the Azores, located in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean and consisting of 9 volcanic islands. São Miguel is one of the largest islands. It features hot springs and coastal towns. Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is located along the banks of the Tagus River, near the Atlantic Ocean. The city contains many shops, colorful neighborhoods, historical monuments, the Gothic cathedral, alleys, and bridges. Madeira. It is characterized by many castles, churches, restaurants, and historical resorts. In addition, it is the birthplace of the famous Portuguese player Cristiano Ronaldo. Sintra Mountains. It is located on the coast of the city of Gabona and contains several palaces, such as Pina Palace and Neuschwanstein Castle. Porto extends along the hills that overlook the Douro River and is located in the northern part of the Portuguese Republic. Azores City. It is characterized by movement and is called the Venice of Portugal because of its beautiful channels that connect with bridges. Portugal's economy too. It is ranked 19th in terms of the strength of the economy globally. Its economy is based on exports and private investment. In addition to traditional products such as clothes, shoes, wood industries, beverages, textiles, and fish. It is considered one of the largest fish exporting countries in the world, in addition to the prosperity of its tourism sector. The climate in Portugal. The general climate in Portugal is affected by regional and seasonal changes in the weather, as the climate is moderate in the interior regions. As for the northern side, the influence of the oceanic climate appears, in which the summer is cold. The winter season is very rainy and is sometimes accompanied by snowfall. The state of the climate is different in the central regions, which witness a volatile summer between heat and cold, with a rainy winter. Conditions for obtaining Portuguese citizenship. That the person reaches the age of majority, which is 18 years. And the period of residence is not less than 6 years in the country, that he has a good knowledge of the Portuguese language. That the person's criminal record is free from any crimes or penalties. Census. The current population of Portugal is 10,144,662. This is according to the statistics for the year 2022 AD. From April. The population density in Portuguese society constitutes a diverse ethnic group, including immigrants from the Mediterranean region, people of African descent, and others. Religion in Portugal. Portugal is a secular country, and according to the CIA World Factbook, 84.5% of the population is Catholic and 22% follow other Christian faiths. There are Protestant, Mormon, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, Orthodox, and Jewish minorities in the country. And this is how today's episode ends. If you benefit, send it to anyone who can benefit. Like you, it will benefit us and not harm you. Meet you in the next video, in a new country in the vicinity of Osman.